Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Tuesday Dharma Gathering. Tuesday Dharma Gathering. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Good morning, good morning. Or good evening. Good evening, should I say. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Tuesday Dharma Gathering stream. How the hell are you? Marcus Conte here, reporting on mental health and possibly your ability to snap out of the mainstream state of disease. I see disease all around you. And we're talking about it this morning, right here, right now. Look at this. Teens feel hopeless, suicidal more than ever. People killing themselves. Why are young people killing themselves when there's a clear and convincing and rather easy way to snap out of it, right? Through meditation, through diet, through exercise, through drinking water and getting the sun. Even though it was cold out today, I was still out there in the sun. So welcome to this Tuesday evening broadcast, and welcome all those big Buddhists, all you big Buddhists out there. I know there's so many traditions and so many different spins on what meditation is and what meditation is not, and everybody has their very, very sound opinion of right and wrong, and if you're right, I'm wrong, and right, if you're wrong, I'm right. Put all that aside tonight. We put it all aside tonight, and so meditation, right? 90-day challenge. I have presented you with a 90-day challenge. Anybody watching this? I'm going to keep going. Whenever you start, right? It's a rolling 90 days. Right? I challenge you to meditate every day for 10 minutes a day, every day for 90 days. That's my challenge to you. Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? You don't need to have started on week 1. You could start right now and then just count off 90 days, and come back and tell us how you did it. Tell us what you did, right? So that's what this show is about. Today I have a video. I'm going to pull it out. Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche. A big Rinpoche is going to give the meditation instruction, and this is from the Shambhala Buddhist tradition. There's a lot of different ways that sitting meditation has been explained. And I think Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche does a great job, a very meticulous job at showing and explaining the sitting practice of meditation. And it's not guided meditation. It's not listening to someone, some egotistical, just guy. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to guide you through your meditation and tell you what your mind is supposed to be seeing and what it isn't supposed to be seeing. But rather, meditation is generally done in silence, and Rinpoche is going to tell us how that works. So, thank you all for joining me. I'm very. This is my thumbnail today. I found this clip, right? Look at that shit, man. Fucking, I told you, Trump is the Buddha. Trump as Buddha. Now, people on the left would be offended by this. I'm never coming back. He had a statue of Trump meditating. He's a bigot and a racist and a fascist. But there he is. Right? It looks like they could have painted him at least, right? They didn't get around to the paint. Very, very simple Trump in the meditative pose. My name is Marcus Conte, by the way, and I have a website. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. right here on YouTube, and now we're here live every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m., And, so there we are. A great way to support this program. And if you're going to take the 90-day leap, make a donation of at least $1, at least $1 through Zelle. Zelle's the new way to send money. We're loving Zelle. And thank you all for those of you who have already done that. And don't look at it as an investment in me. Look at it as an investment in committing to a 90-day meditation retreat for yourself, right? Discipline to oneself. So this is how you do it. You go to, and if you got a lot of money, think about donating $1 million. I'm calling out for, I'm looking for one billionaire, one of you billionaires out there to donate $1 million to this program. And I will make you very, very happy with your investment. You will get a tremendous return on your investment. You will see sparks fly. So Mr. Rich Guy watching there, I know you're meditating, but think about loosening up some of those skins and sending it our way, and we'll make you very, very famous, man. We'll make you very popular. You'll own me. You will. $1 million donation to this program means that you own my ass. Not the ass part, but you know what I mean, figuratively. You would have owned this, right? So anyway, man. So let's do the 5-minute meditation. But I'll give you if you haven't ever heard the instruction before, if you heard it last week, then don't pay attention. But it's good to always hear it again. And as I say, the Guru video tonight is a teaching meditation by Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche. And but for the next 5 minutes, I'll give you this is how we'll do it. So get comfortable, take a comfortable seat. Very, very easy. There's no work here. Anybody who says this is hard is like, no. Swinging a sledgehammer in the street, cracking bricks, that's hard work. This is about relaxing. Meditation is about relaxing. So you take a comfortable seat. Some people, will cross their legs. I have my legs crossed right now. And although I'm sitting in a chair, but I'm sitting upright, and the chair that I have is suitable for sitting with crossed legs and upright. So, and the video that you're going to see is also sitting on the floor. But anyway, so take your hands, relax your body, and just relax. Just chill out, man. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing heavy, no heavy lifting here. All we're going to do is follow the breath. I breathe in and out. Very simple, right? You're not forcing it. You're not making it. You're not creating wind with your breath. You just observe it. Very simple. Right? In the quiet, the mind goes neurotic. The mind will jump when it's quiet. You'll notice it. But we follow the breath. Right? Wherever it goes, wherever this fly goes that's in front of me. Try not to. You'll hear things. You'll see things. You'll sense things. You can taste a little taste, smells, tension in the body. Just all your attention is on the breath, 100%. Breathe in and out. Breathing in. I know that's my in breath. Breathing out. It's the out breath. And again, it's not forced, it's not pushed. You don't push it. You just let it be. You just let it happen. Observe it. You're the witness. You are the witness to your own breath. And you say, well, if I'm a witness to my breath, how many of us are there? Right? Maybe more than one. But you're witnessing the breath. And you have fun with it. It's not boring. It's not super Zen or super some kind of tradition. Stay still. Mother effer. Don't move. You're not allowed to move. You can move. All my attention is on the breath. Again, this is not a guided meditation. I'm just giving you the instruction, and then we're going to sit for 5 minutes. I'm not a fan of guided meditation because I don't think anyone is supposed to guide somebody else's mind. That's for you to do. You have to do it. You do it. You do it in your own mind. Breathing in. I know I'm breathing in and breathing out. I relax the body. Total relaxation. I see my in-breath and I relax the body. Any tension in your body, wherever you feel it. Could be in your head, neck area. It could be in your legs. It could be in your back. It could be wherever it is, wherever the tension is. It could just be a general feeling of anxiety or angst. Just relax. For 5 goddamn minutes. Now the 90-day challenge is 10 minutes a day, but that's the basic instruction. So we'll try that for 5 minutes, and then we'll watch the Rinpoche video, and then we'll open it up. We got the space capsule. If you want to come on the show, if you want to do the live chat. Live chat is open, by the way. Anybody can chat away. These are real people here. Jim Gerard is here. Vinny Martini on the wrench. Weevil Girl in the house. Mikhail Sly is here. Good morning. Good evening, everybody. I got to get used to saying good evening. So let's sit for 5 minutes. You ready? You ready? Boom. So there's nothing to it. Just try it for 5 minutes. I'm going to shut my mic off. boom, boom. Welcome back, everybody. Okay. Sorry about the beepy beepy. The beepy beepy. Welcome back, everybody. Give yourselves a hand. 5 minutes is a hell of a long time. Hell of a long time. Where were you? What were you thinking about? Were you making the plan, or were you just drifting along there? Were you just drifting along, following the breath? So this is good stuff. Good stuff, man. So this is the good Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche. Have you ever heard of this guy? He is the lineage holder of the Shambhala tradition, Chongyam Trongpa Rinpoche. If you've ever heard that name before, he was the guy who ran over the Chinese mountains, Tibetan mountains, away from the Chinese chasing his ass out of Tibet. And a couple of the good Rinpoches got away, and this is one of the Rinpoche's sons. I think he's the only son. And Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche, really very, very skilled teacher in teaching the meditation practice. Try to listen to all of it. You pick up a few things. I know a lot of people, you don't necessarily have to sit on the floor, but it's been done for 2,500 years for a reason. And the Rinpoche will tell you, some of those reasons why. But this is good to do, good to see. You're hearing, the more people you hear the basic instruction from, the better. Different people will bring up different points about it. Essentially, all you're doing is following the in and out breath and achieving different, deeper levels of relaxation. And but there's just as many humans as there are that many variations of ways to explain it. So here you have it. This is Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche giving the basic instruction to meditation. Enjoy.
I'd like to
I'll be here.
Talk about and explain and demonstrate the sitting posture and how we're actually going to do meditation. We're already sitting down, we're on the cushion, but if we're about to begin a session, we could almost begin a session by, as we walk towards the cushion, as we walk towards sitting down, that each step we take, what we should in our mind start saying to ourselves is that I'm about to begin meditation, and that I am really sort of kind of leaving my usual world, leaving the conventional world of my busy day or whatever it may be. And, even if we're meditating just for a very brief time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that we think.
I'm not going to interrupt that much, but I just want to point out that, do you see how much attention he puts on intention? You set your intention. I will now, you're doing something very important. I will now meditate. For these next few minutes, I will sit and I will do this meditation thing. It's something, you're creating the intention of making something very important. And Rinpoches from Tibet are good at explaining that, and it works, right? It works because just following the breath in and out can become almost impossible to do for a period of time without some sort of structure in the beginning around you. So that's why they do it. They set the intention. And now I'll shut up.
Family responsibilities, we're studying, we have an exam or something's coming up. Just sort of saying, for now, let those thoughts go. And it's important just to say, I'm going to try to just let the bigger concerns I have go. And as I walk towards a meditation cushion, saying, I'm going to do peaceful abiding. I'm going to relax and understand and sit with the nature of my mind. And I'm going to strengthen my mind, stabilize my mind, develop the clarity of mind and strength of mind. And as we begin to do that's our intention. So we know we're doing that. Because if we don't do that, we just walk up to the cushion and plop down and just sort of haphazardly begin the meditation session, then it's going to be a very murky process, and when we actually began and when we're ending, everything becomes very convoluted. So really one of the most important things is just change of attitude and approach as we're beginning to sit down. We can look at the cushion itself as like a throne. We are a king or a queen or whatever sitting down on our throne. So there's a sense of purpose, and when we sit down, we become very powerful individuals. It doesn't matter whether we're sitting on a cushion or we're sitting in a chair, just so that we're something that is supportive and stabilizing and comfortable for the period of time. Now, the sitting posture is really the best of both worlds. Ideally speaking, I suppose, we could meditate in any posture. We could be meditating, lying down or walking. But most of us, if we lie down, we tend to fall asleep. If we're walking, it's too much stimuli. So it's able to kind of stabilize the mind. So the sitting posture is sort of the ideal between the two worlds. We're sort of resting, yet at the same time we're still awake. So, we have that kind of a good middle ground. And people have been sitting in this kind of meditation postures for a long time. And it is considered that this particular posture is really good for the breathing, the energy flow inside the body, and just by sitting down relating to the breathing, automatically we're going to be reducing in kind of anxiety, stress, discursiveness. The posture here is something that will take time to get used to. And as we proceed, it's important to realize that we don't necessarily always need to be stiff. We can move and shift. Now, when we sit down on these cushions, it's important. What we all have right now is called gomden. They're square cushions. You can also, at home, if you don't have meditation cushions, you can use a blanket and then fold another blanket behind or some cushions and sit on them. What you want to do is get your hips a little bit above your knees, ideally, so that there's some kind of a way for the hips and the seat bones to sit properly. How high the cushion is something that we need to adjust over time. We'll get a feeling for it. And when we're sitting, we can cross our legs, and we don't necessarily need to do, a full lotus or any kind of particularly complicated folding of the legs. And we may not be that flexible. It may be something we're not familiar with. So just simply crossing the legs. You can't see my legs, but they're crossed. I have to take my word. So, crossing legs, and on the cushion, not sitting too far forward. If I sit too far forward, I'm going to be pushed over. If I sit too far back, I'm going to be slouching. So you want to sort of find, usually just front of center is good. What I like to do is sort of imagine as though I'm being pulled like from a piece of string on the top of my head, just sort of up. So the vertebra, everything kind of gets elongated. And then just sort of, let it go. Almost as if I was like a string here. And then that elongates everything here. And then just kind of relax. You want the spine to stack one upon the other. It's said like gold coins, just one upon the other. Allowing for the natural curvature of the back. So you don't want to be pushing it straight, because the whole backbone is curved. So you want that posture. So balance is important, and it's okay when we're sitting down to rock side to side, so that we have our seat bones nicely on the cushion. As we sit there, we don't want to feel perched. We don't want to feel like we're about to fall off. So we want to feel good and comfortable. And especially because if we're going to do more meditation, we're going to be sitting there for a long time. The hips and the lower back are neither pushed forward. We don't want to push it forward like that. It shouldn't be like this. And obviously we don't want it caved in. Sometimes if you ride a horse, you can't be too far back and you can't be too far perched. So it's a nice medium area. So you want hip joints will relax over time. You don't want it holding on. So you're sitting in that way. As we go up, feeling the breathing, just relaxing the abdomen. The hands are sitting in this position, not too far this way, and not like this. If we do this, it's going to pull us forward. We're going to hold on. If we hear him, it might feel too tight with our shoulder blades. So it is a natural position. And again, hands shouldn't, fingers should not be spread too far. That's sort of a nice, simple posture. So hands, the back, the hips, the legs, as we move up, the neck. Chin is not out. The chin is slightly in. It doesn't need to be like this. Main thing is you don't want your chin sticking out, head hanging out like this. It just creates too much weight here. But each of us is going to have different structure of neck and head, and it will be slightly different. Now we'll notice that our gaze, where's our gaze? Is it straight or is it lower? Sometimes, what you can do is look straight and then just bring your gaze down. And as you bring your gaze down, there's sort of a natural place that it falls before it gets too tight. So if you look up, look down. Now, depending on what kind of meditation, if we're trying to really not have too much visual stimuli, we can bring our gaze really in. Traditionally, where the gaze is supposed to be is sort of 2 fingers above the nose. So it's, you can barely see the tip. So that's quite down. But it's, you can move it a little bit above. The thing is that you don't want to make it too high right now because maybe there's too many things you'll see. It will be too difficult to focus and too many things to look at. Again, with all the senses, starting with sight, we're seeing, but we're not looking. We're not, this is a very busy pattern here, so we're not looking at the pattern of the rug. What we're doing is we're just sort of, the eyes see it. And the same thing with sound. The sounds we hear, but we're not particularly listening to the sounds. This is the first basis where we're kind of beginning to sort of draw our senses in. And we're not drawing our senses in to ignore the world. We're drawing our senses in just for the purity of meditation to relax them. They've been all days having to be used. Seeing things, and obviously we need to see things if we're walking down the street. We're not going to be hit by a car and so forth. We're having a conversation, we need to listen to people. But here, just relaxing all that. We'll notice that our jaw is tight in the beginning, so all the facial muscles relax, so the jaw might slide forward slightly. Our tongue is relaxed. We'll notice that it'll touch if we relax the tongue, relax the jaw, we'll notice that the tongue will sort of rest naturally on the palate, and the tip of the tongue will touch the bottom part of the upper rows of teeth. This again allows for natural flow of saliva. We don't swallow too much. It relaxes the throat. As we begin to sit here, we'll notice that with the looking down, relaxing of the gaze, we'll notice our breathing. And this is the first stage in this meditation. It's called placement. There are 9 particular stages we go through, and this is called placement. It's the first stage, and it's the most important because it's going to start our meditation. What we're using as to focus our mind on, to stabilize and strengthen our mind, is the breathing. So what we do is, in a very natural way, we'll notice that we're breathing. Just by calming down, sitting down in the posture, we'll just notice the breathing. We're breathing out, the breath dissipates, there's this pause or space, then there's inhalation into the lungs and down to the abdomen. Again, the air goes out. And what we do is we place our attention, we place our mindfulness, we place our focus on that breathing process. So we're just breathing out and in out, and in. This is the majority of what we're doing here. We're just relaxing the mind, and if the mind needs a place to focus, which it does because it tends to go off, tends to be thinking. And once we have a thought, it generally will lead to some sort of heavy emotion, and all of a sudden we get very sort of involved and perturbed. We'll start, we may start thinking about food, and then we're thinking about the last time we had dinner with, somebody, and then we realize that what they said and what we don't like them, and next time, we want to tell them something, and then it goes on and on. And we're sitting here, getting really upset. And if you look at it, it seems pretty silly. This is the time to relax. We can get mad at them afterwards if we want, but not right now. So we're breathing. So this is mindfulness. Feeling the breathing. Sometimes we say following the breathing, following the breath. Learn how now, what focus we're putting on the breathing. Now, what we have to realize is the breathing is a moving thing. There's not going to be one point. It's continuously coming and going. There are many aspects to the breathing. There's the aspect of what it feels like when it's outside the body, what it feels like when it's inside the body. Maintain our mindfulness. As we maintain our mindfulness through this whole period, then what we're able to do is that's stabilizing and strengthening. It's the first sort of one of the most important and first aspects of meditation is learning how to strengthen and stabilize the mind. As we're able to pay attention, focus on the breathing out and the breathing in, we are strengthening our mind. So that is going on, out and in. If we hold it too tightly, if we're focusing too tightly, we'll get lost in the breath. Then we'll go off thinking. When we have a thought and when we find ourselves thinking, the most important step in that is the recognition that we're thinking. Oh, I'm thinking. Again, here in this meditation, there is no difference between a good, positive thought and a negative thought. If we're really caught up in a good thought and say, "Oh, this is a good thought," it's worth thinking about. Well, it may be, but not during this meditation, because this meditation, and we've already told ourselves this. This is time meditation where I'm practicing strengthening the mind, letting go of those thoughts. So we let them go and we come back to the breathing. So recognition is the first. Then we acknowledge the thoughts. We say, "Oh, that was thinking." It's a process of looking at it and almost labeling it. It's recognizing, acknowledging thought, come back. And we do this kind of very quickly. When we have that moment where we find ourselves, "Oh, I have been wandering from my breathing," that's awareness. Another way to look at it is to see it as presently knowing. In Tibetan, this process of awareness is known as Sheshin. And Sheshin means presently knowing. We know what we're doing presently. We are aware of what we're doing. So the breathing is coming and going, coming and going. We wander off, we come back. We say, "Oh, I've been wandering off a lot. Maybe I should relax with my technique on the breathing. Maybe I should have it tighter. Maybe I should have it looser." That's something we have to try. This first stage in the process of meditation is just learning how to meditate, learning how to hold a posture, learning how to relate to the breathing, learning how to place our mind, learning how to coordinate labeling, recognition of thoughts, pulling back. So again here, this is the time when we need to give ourselves a little space. There are going to be many, many levels of thought, and we're not going to be able to come to just a completely peaceful stage. What will happen is we'll try to reduce the big thoughts. Initially, when we're doing this meditation, we don't want to be totally drawn away from the scene of meditation. We're in this room, we're meditating. We may have a thought about, posture. That's an improvement. Again, we'll have some thoughts, but even while having some thoughts, we can still maintain focusing on the breathing. And again here,
that's big what he said right there. He said that you can have thoughts. I just wanted to interject for 1 second. That's a big thing right there. You could have the thoughts. You heard what he said. You could have the thoughts, but you're still following the breath. Right? Thoughts don't go away. Thoughts are not the bad guy. It's the thinking. Here's where he really sums it up. The thinking is where you get dragged away, and you forget that you're meditating. You forget that you're even there. You're off having an argument in your own mind. That's thinking. Thoughts are separate. Thoughts lead to thinking. I don't like this thought, and it becomes thinking. Or I like this thought, and it becomes thinking, and then you get swept away. Big. It's a big point there. So now I'll shut up again.
it's learning how to be patient, and simple again and again. The mind wanders off, bring it back. In the course of the session, again, it's not particularly an endurance test. We need to regather ourselves, redo the posture. We don't need to hurt ourselves. If something hurts, we should move. At the same time, we should just know our limits. We say, it doesn't. I don't need to move. I'm fine. Maybe other times where our knees pain and we should move. So the posture is very simple. Just cross-legged, sort of good posture. Our back and our head, our shoulders, our arms, everything is just sort of very, very we need to sort of recognize somewhere that this is an important activity we're doing. The more we become connected with the breathing and what the breathing brings, we begin to want to be here and follow the breathing. We need to empower the breathing so the breathing becomes more meaningful than all the thoughts that we feel like we want to be engaged in. Begin to feel the rhythmical aspect of the breathing. We're alive, human, sitting here simply breathing. This process of breathing and staying here, sitting here, obviously helps not only our mind, but it helps the body. It's helping the blood flow and the organs and the blood. It's purifying everything. So in this way, we just continue to meditate and continue to make adjustments every time we meditate. So that's basically the posture, and that's basically the technique. And it's up to you to do it.
Yes, yes, yes. It's up to you to do it. Up to you to do it. There you go, man. So Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche, you heard it. You heard the instruction from one of the best out there, one of the great, Buddhist meditators for giving the instruction at Sakyong Mipam Rinpoche. And again, as he said, now it's for you to do it. It's for you to do it. So open up the chat. Let's do it. I got the machine ready. I got the. Where are we? There we are. Bang! Let me get the link for you guys. If you want to join me in the space capsule and chat it out, bring in your questions. If you got any questions, any concerns, if you're a big Buddhist and you got a lot of meditation and experience, come on in, man. Don't be selfish. Don't keep that shit to yourself, man. Bring it on, man. Bring it in. Bring it into the room, man. You know? So, let's see how this thing works. Reading details, chatting. Ba-bing, ba-bang. It's the layout. Tiles. I think we have the right layout. I am in the space. I saw Venus tonight. Oh man, I saw Venus and Venus and Jupiter were out this evening here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Very clear skies. I was able to see Jupiter and Venus. I see you, Venus. I always feel better after I meditate. I feel like there's more space in my mind. My mind, I don't know if it's a good way to explain it, I guess. The phenomena of having space between you and this thinking. And what Rinpoche pointed out, let's come on, Vinity Martini, motherfucker. What's up, Vinny?
Oh, let me go mute.
What's up, man? We got Jim coming in too. What's up, Jim? Right. Come on.
Hey,
in.
How are you, Marcus?
What's up, Jim? What's up? What's up, brother?
Oh, I hear Vinny.
Brother. I
don't see anyone yet. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
The gang's starting to show up. Hey, we're getting the band back together, man.
Yeah, man.
Are you with us?
This is a band, right? We're a band.
We're on a mission. Yeah, motivational meditation mission. We're getting band back together, man.
I'm trying to see where my microphone.
Well, Marcus, I wanted to talk to you guys about, when I do this meditation, I do the in-breath, right? And it's like, I don't know, 5 seconds long, but then I do the exhale out the mouth, and it's like 20 seconds long.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I've done it many different ways over years, trying different.
I think Weevil Girl has to mute. Somebody mute them.
Who's got a green screen?
I hear some lunatic in the background of her whatever she's listening.
No, you got to turn off your YouTube.
Yeah, so somebody's got the YouTube up. There you go. Gone.
There, good girl.
So what were we saying?
You got a green screen behind you.
That's a cool.
Are you a real big YouTuber?
No, it's one of the effects you can choose. You can select it too.
Yeah, I saw that on here before.
Yeah.
I've never played with it.
You go to where you go? Options. More. You go to options right here.
Well, somewhere on YouTube, somebody will have videos on this stuff. For
no, it's not. It's not on. It's not on you. You don't change it. What you do is you go down to your 3 dots in the open window. 3 dots, and it'll say apply visual effects, and then you just pick one. You could pick you could pick the space capsule or whatever, wherever you want to be, man. All right, man. So thanks everybody for coming, man. Coming down. Are you guys actually doing this? Are you actually meditating? Are you into it? I know Weevil Girl. I
Oh
know
yeah,
you're doing it. How's it?
I do.
yeah.
How's it going, man? Tell me.
I
Tell
do.
me how's it happening?
So.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I never stick to one type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I do it a lot of different ways. I mean, I have to just regroup with myself. You know, especially if you're locked up and all that solitary shit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you better have some place to take your mind, some kind of. I mean, that's a form of, you know.
My biggest thing is that, you know, they say you have to sit down on the ground cross-legged,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And I'm like, no, I don't have to, do I?
No.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I just be? Well, someone made a comment in the comments, right? That, you know, that's a way to ground yourself to earth. And I'm like, no, if you're standing on your feet, you're still touching the earth.
Right. They came up with that before they had chairs. Before chairs were invented. It doesn't matter as long as you're comfortable and you're in a position. If you're in a chair, like I'm in a chair right now, I usually sit.
And it's meditation is more about just paying attention to your breath, right?
Yeah, but
breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth.
But
after
sure, yeah.
roads. I mean, I've tried various ones where you do that whole thing, and then by the time you let out, and then the final one, you sit there for like 3 seconds before you start another one. I've tried all kinds of that.
Yeah.
Is that the Wim Hof breathing? Is that what you're talking about, Wim Hof?
I don't know which one it is.
Oh.
I mean, it's just another thing, you know, you try out over the years. It's, I don't know. I kind of do like numerology type breathing and stuff. It's more
numerology.
Yeah.
Numerology breathing. You know? It's breathing by numbers.
I get right.
Breathing by numbers? What the hell is that?
It's numerology breathing.
Makes sense.
Jim, you never heard of that? Come on, man.
No. No. Not here in Iowa.
The thing about I just wanted to say about sitting straight up, right? Sit straight up, because in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you might not start to fade, but after like 15 or 20 or even a half an hour, you'll start to fall asleep if you're too comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's the principle. It's very hard to fall asleep standing up or walking, but sitting you could nod off. So that's. But if you're in a comfortable seat and your legs, you don't want to deal with your legs falling asleep. That's miserable. That's agony. You don't have.
Yeah, you gotta. Especially realize when you get older, you gotta have these different chairs. They're like these little. You go to your chair in your center, and whatever you do at home. But I like a lot of the vibrations and frequencies too. We got all these crazy frequencies like around here with this bass and NSA stuff. But remember, all the ancients and everything, and that C sharp major. That's what it is, man. That's the one usually on these bowls and that would levitate people and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Wait. What does that mean? C sharp major? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was wondering the same thing.
C sharp major is
like
not even a chord. That's not a
music,
chord.
yeah.
C sharp major. C major sharp. No. C sharp.
Well,
C to D.
C
sharp. Yeah, C sharp is in between C and D. That's right.
Well, I really liked I like that teacher. I forget his name.
Meepom, yeah.
That we watched. I liked how he set the intention.
Right.
That's not something I've always done, but that's a good idea, I think.
Right.
I also just on sitting up straight, I always feel like you want to sit up straight so your spine and your head and everything is all in a line. Your brain gives signals through your spinal cord. You have these chakras that are supposedly aligned, starting at your sacral chakra, which maybe is part of why they want you to sit on your sacrum. So you're starting with your chakras as close to the ground, and then you're all in alignment as far as like receiving. We're electrical beings, and you're receiving electrical messages, and supposedly there's all these nodes and connections, and we have a lymphatic system and an electrical system.
Yep.
Well, Weevil, I can tell you one thing. I'm an electrician, right?
Yeah.
And it's an electrical universe, right? The whole universe is electricity, right?
Yep.
Magnetic fields, everything.
Just
right?
just positives and negatives zapping back and forth, right?
There
Right.
you go.
Jim,
That's
well,
the whole
you know,
trigonometry thing and everything.
Is it that binary again? That dual
binary, right? You count in binaries, zeros and ones, right? Positive, negative, right? But
Well,
I don't. I'm full of
in
myself.
Our
so
No, that's
substances,
cool.
our chemistry, everything else, in between all those circles in there and them benzene rings and anything, if it's a resonance,
me
high orbital.
Me palm is good. The Tibetans, the Tibetans got that shit figured out, man.
Never looked at them through lab glass, man. Those things, there's little charges going off, and each azeotrope has this different pattern.
Sure.
there you go, baby.
Well, it reminded me of like when he set the intention, where we're going to set the intention of like quieting our mind and meditating for how long. It reminded me of like you're taking a toddler to the grocery store. Maybe you guys can't relate, but maybe somebody can.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, hey, when we get to the grocery store, this is how we're going to behave.
Right. Exactly.
And if we're good, maybe you get a little something. If we're bad, you're going to get, you're going to hear about it too.
Exactly.
And then you get into the grocery store and the mind still, even though you've warned them, the mind is still like playing up, trying to have thoughts and thinking.
Yeah.
And then
Weevil, I'll never forget the first time my son shoplifted. You know, it was from Menards, right? And we get back and find out that he shoplifted. You know, it was something that you put in your shoe, right, to get rid of, you know, the smell.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we had to take him back to the store the next day, right? And walk up to the manager and say, hey, my son stole this the other day, and we'd like to return it, right? And that was, you know, and I was just like, good God, right? That was hard to do.
Yeah, it's very brave.
You know, but you have to teach them kids, you know, how to live, right?
Yeah.
You don't steal.
Hey, I got busted stealing a pair of shoes. I was a little boy. I went into teaching line. I just wanted them for baseball because these other kids, they had the ones with the little stripes on them and stuff. I didn't have it. This lady grabs me. She goes, little boy. They grab me, take me in this office. There's on the desk. I'm going to write you a note. I'm going to send you home right now. I was scared to death, especially my dad. So they let me go, and I'm running through these fields along the railroad tracks, looking all around scared. I tear this note up. And then I just happened to see a cop, like, out of nowhere, just driving through the field stuff. So now I'm really tripping out. I'm scared to death. I run home. Never heard from him or anything. But, man, that scared the hell out of me. Oh, hell no. I can't nothing after that.
Well, what do you got, Vin? What are you drinking, by the way? What is that? What do you got, a Chardonnay tonight?
Oh, Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny's highbrow. He's a highbrow. He's highbrow. He's drinking Chardonnay. Chardonnay, man. Swigging it out of the bottle. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, man. So this is good stuff. This is good stuff. You know, the whole meditation thing, right? You do it and you quiet your mind down, and
No, I love it.
yeah, it becomes, you know, the Tibetan guy, the guy that I put up there. They're infamous with container. They're very big about that. If you show up and you sit down and all the hand postures and, you know, sitting on the floor and leaning forward and the string coming out of your head, all these things add up to you're meditating, right? It reminds you as your mind drifts that you're doing something important. That's what it really does. You know, it brings you back to that, if nothing else, you know, and because
yeah.
But that
how the mind scries. Really, it's scrying. Kind of, it's like you looking to program in your own type of telepathy. You know,
it's a fascinating thing.
The mind scries.
It's a fascinating thing when you get the thinking to stop, when it actually stops. You see the thoughts, they're percolating, boom, boom, you know, thoughts about whatever, past, future, plans, you know, whatever the thought. It's mostly memory, you know, and as Rinpoche said, you see the thought, and then if you follow it, it becomes an emotion, right? And you know, the thought gets wrapped up in a dialogue. It could be a positive emotion, you know, joyful, or it could be the dark side, right? It's one or the other, but as he said, they're the same. It doesn't matter. You're caught up in the flow, right? And you see it, you observe it, and but my point is that stops.
Well,
over time. You're not really, when you're sitting, and you're not thinking at all. There's moments. And then it's just like, and you're not really lost. You're still present, but there's thoughts.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought that was really unique. Like, you stopped the video because I never realized that you could have. He's saying that you can have a thought and not be thinking.
Right.
And he's saying you can have a thought and still be focused on your breath at the same time, which
Correct.
I didn't think.
Yes.
You could, and I'm spending all this time meditating. Like, in my mind, sometimes I get stuck,
Yeah.
Like, am I thinking a thought? Is thinking about the breath actually a thought? And that's what I'm thinking of the whole time.
Yeah, there you go. Weevil. I think you're on to something, because I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, all I'm doing is concentrating on, the in breath and the exhale.
That's what you
right?
should be doing.
And I'm like, you can't think while you're thinking about breathing, right?
Right, exactly.
But
I
don't know. What do you guys think about dreams, right?
Yeah.
Well,
What about your dreams?
Yes.
What does that say?
They've been.
What does it say?
They've been very strange lately.
You get to that later.
I'll just leave it.
You get to the dreams later. The dream, what occurs on the meditation cushion, will eventually spill over into the night, where you don't necessarily you can't control your dreams because you're sleeping, but you'll notice that they will begin to follow the pattern of not escalating out of control, right? But it's just by default, because that's how you're training your
messages, or just something that, man, you end up in these places, and I have no shoes. It's like, fuck, this has been happening for fucking years. I'm like, I got a dream book and all this shit, but it doesn't make sense. What's with this shoe thing? What the fuck?
Oh, Dude,
that's just strange.
Is Marcus like?
No, I'm here. I don't know.
I think he is.
I'm here. I don't know what just happened. You guys still there? Can you hear me? I don't think anybody can hear me. Let's see. Let's do it again. Let's go back in. I think I kicked everybody out. Let's go.
It was some serious stuff.
I don't know what's going on now.
Okay. I'm back.
We got all sorts of things going on.
No, sometimes it just got dropped. The signal got dropped. We're all back. Everybody but Weevil Girl. Weevil Girl. come back in. She'll come back in. Are you there, Weevil Girl? She'll be back. It's an imperfect internet.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's not a perfect world. Never has been. Right.
I'm glad you guys are doing this because it's it's something I do all the time and I've been doing it for a while and I don't know. I guess over time you also need confirmation that it's valid. That you get relief, right? You get relief from it.
I don't know what's going on now. Oh, there's Weevil Girl.
There's Weevil Girl. Weevil Girl. We all got dropped.
Hey,
What
happened?
I don't know. Crash.
Must have been a solar flare off the sun, right?
And, hold on one second. Anybody in the chat, anybody watching the program that would like to join the program, you can come on in. I put the link up about 500 times.
Yeah, hey, come on up here, Wayne.
Anybody?
Or Mikhail?
All you got to do is click on the link, and it'll guide you into the meeting, and then you'll pop up like one of the squares, and you shut your YouTube audio off.
Audio. Right.
Just mute your YouTube, and then you're in the chat. You're here with us. So.
And then you can go back and watch for the last 20 seconds what just happened, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yes. That's the only time travel you're gonna get. I'm sorry.
Right.
Or what was the thing? Time phone hack. That other weird shit. All the Q people and them were. I time phone hack myself. Oh my God! Stop it.
That's bullshit. Right? What a LARP. That was Q was the LARP of the century. It really was. They had whoever the hell was doing it, man. It's still going. Whoever's doing that, man, just millions. They just bamboozled millions of people into. I mean, I saw it kind of as a scam, from the beginning. I was like, this ain't fucking Trump. That's not how government operates. It's just, and it turned out to be a scam. It's definitely not DeFango. Didn't DeFango claim it?
Nah,
I wonder who is doing it. It's somebody sophisticated, somebody that definitely follows the news cycle. Wayne asks,
so when's your turn to be Q again, baby?
Hey, Wayne asks, can I do bong?
No, not QAnon, right?
You'll know. Mine are the good cryptic ones. They're not something off a drudge, and I just, put it out. You'll know it's me. It's always real exciting to do. It's just stupid shit.
Wayne in the chat asks, can I do bong hits live? Wayne, you can do whatever you want. The only thing that I ask that you don't do is don't talk about vaccines because they
don't show up naked.
Yeah, put a shirt on. Don't talk about vaccines and try to stay away from 2020 election because there's still people that don't like you talking about that. Everything else, you could come an inch away from killing yourself, and that's fine with everybody. But don't talk about vaccines. That's the world we live in today.
Well, I'd be smoking a joint right now if I had any, but it's kind of dry around here.
Oh,
Wayne is in the house. What's up, Wayne? What's up? Nice to meet you, Wayne.
What's happening, everybody?
Wayne, work it up, pup.
What's up, Wayne?
Good. How you guys doing? Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, God, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
I made a chocolate
I guess
cake.
I did.
Yeah.
So Wayne, are you?
How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're good. We're good, Wayne. I appreciate your comments over the over the years and over the months. Are you a big are you a big meditator? Are you a big meditator?
Finally, we meet, dude.
Yeah.
I've been trying a lot lately. I recently started going to yoga, and I pretty much sobered up around 3 years ago. This April will be like 3 years. And
good for you.
So lately.
Smoke weed.
I've been trying to find
Right.
peace
Hell
in my
yeah.
life for a long time.
Right.
So, yeah.
Good for you. Don't listen to these guys about sober.
And I'd like to
sober
say,
is for you. It's for
dude,
you. Yeah.
I appreciate your show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And it's more like I appreciate your company.
Mm.
And with everybody. So, thank you.
Well, thank you, Wayne. Thanks. I appreciate that. Give Wayne a hand. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Have a good chat, man. Regular people.
So yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good deal, man. It's
we have a good group.
I've been following Marcus for a long time. Somehow, the algorithm brought me to him back before. I think during 26 prior to the election and stuff. He was
2016.
He would, dude. I watched you go to Vegas, and I was like, he's only 4 hours. You know, I'm only 4 hours. I'm in LA and stuff. But yeah, and I can't remember what it was. If I came across Ghost of Brooklyn or which one, what it was. But I started following you, and obviously didn't always agree, but I dug your style and your outlook, because I don't mind people having a different fucking thoughts than I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's up.
Thank you, man. It's been an interesting career. It's not something I ever signed up for. It just turned out that way. I just turned out doing this, you know, and it was fun, you know. Had a good time. I still have a good time. I enjoy the studio thing more now than, you know, running around the street, almost getting my ass kicked, you know, many times. many times.
Sure. Back in New York City?
A lot of close calls. A lot of.
Yeah.
You know,
I watched all that.
You know,
I watched all that go down, dude.
You know, and then the wars.
It's been crazy times. New York and LA too. With when shit breaks off, it goes nuts.
Yeah.
You know, with so yeah.
It looks like it's getting increasingly.
It's been a long journey, hasn't it? It's been such a long journey.
It was really great to have like a community of people during COVID that maybe we weren't always exactly like-minded, but it was okay to disagree. I mean, so many places you cannot disagree anymore. You're kicked off.
Oh yeah. There's no diversity. There's nothing. They give you no quarter.
Yeah. People trying to control speech these days it's a very bizarre thing. I mean, arguably, where there's no order to the way we're speaking, and everything is working out fine, right? But when you go to some places, they want like rules. Oh, you can't say this and you can't say that, and you got to speak in I terms and me only. And they fuck you, man. Just you know what? Look, if you can't have a conversation,
dude, I'm out the door as soon as somebody doesn't identify as just what. Like, bro, come on. Any of that bullshit. I'm out right away. I just can't. You know what I mean?
There's a time for that. There's a time and a place for, you know, one person speaks at a time and all that. But I don't know. On a podcast that's not.
What,
this is live.
High school graduation?
That's like the dinner table when I was a kid. Everybody spoke at once. Everybody's talking at once. Right? And nobody's listening.
And you can't hear a thing.
You can't hear a thing. You hear a lot of
now
noise.
I'm going to step off and
sit around and look at their phones everywhere.
See you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, I was going to come over. We're all going to look at our phones. Yeah, okay.
Like give Wayne a round of applause. Wayne was brave. Wayne's brave man. Wayne coming on with a bunch of strangers, a bunch of sharks in the water here.
I can't believe that he was from Los Angeles.
Yeah. Wayne,
really?
He's been following this program a long time. He was like, I remember his name from a long time ago. I wonder about Sterling Price. We remember Sterling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw him the other day again too. He's just.
I hope he didn't. I hope he's not dead.
That one. He wouldn't just do that.
And
I
what
hope he's
about
not dead.
Terry too?
Terry.
Where'd Terry go? I mean, he was
I
a
don't know.
phenomenal
Chris
jokester.
and his mom, and there's a few people that just
He was
sort of-
hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
There's been a lot of interesting.
Yeah,
a
I
lot
miss
of-
Sterling. Mhm.
Yeah, Sterling. I think I don't know. He was here the whole time, like from 2016, following the
He
show.
used to have a wrench, didn't he?
Yeah. He's got a wrench. Yeah, I gave him a
Yeah.
wrench. You know, we don't really need. I don't
Yeah.
like the idea of a lot of people with wrenches. If Vinny has a target. Vinny knows the true dicks that will come on your program and try to ruin it. They'll try to crush it.
Yeah.
Crush the chat.
Oh yeah.
Just, start fights, right? We don't have to. You don't have to tolerate
It
that.
was
That's
a hell of a starting out.
yeah. That I think has simmered down. You know that part of
Yeah.
YouTube. It's not tolerated by YouTube. The bots catch it or whatever. But at one time, it was the Wild West. That was just so annoying. You know, these people have nothing else to do but come on your show, 20 at a time, and
Well,
just
they're still doing it in places.
They are.
Multiple accounts, sock accounts. I mean, just
Yeah.
to do some stupid shit.
It seems like they're going after Tim Pool now. He seems to be the got the target on.
Oh
his back.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Nathan.
They are going after
Nathan and
him.
DeFango are going after Tim Pool now. I see the. That's I don't like doing that anymore. I don't do that. I have done it. You know, I guess the theory there is you take on the big guy. You take on the big guy, and then somehow the crumbs trickle down to you. But I don't know. I want to love. I just want to.
Wayne,
be.
you're back.
What's up, Wayne?
I'm back. What's happening, everybody?
Hey,
Hey,
Good to see you, Wayne.
good to see y'all. I'm just chilling.
Is that your real
Here with
name,
my
Wayne?
dog.
Is that your real name, Wayne, or is it from Wayne's World? Wayne.
That's my name.
That's your real name. Okay.
Yeah, that's my real name, Wayne.
Yeah, man.
not too many people use their real name like on YouTube.
I didn't
They
know that
do.
was his name.
I put my real name out on the internet. I'm like, I don't care. Come and get me.
I've
Whatever.
been on there a long time, but a lot of people, it's like, oh, well, if they know who you are by now.
I don't have too much to hide.
In 13 years, fuck it.
Right. It's like
Like,
it's
yeah,
not,
I
it's
know
not
what
like
it's like.
it's not like people can't find out your name anyway, right?
I know.
Google knows who
I
you
know
are.
it.
It's this idea of hiding is ridiculous. Just be who you are. Put your name on it.
Yeah.
Be who
Like,
you are.
there's still
I don't
all
wanna-
kinds
I don't
of
wanna be online.
nefarious LARPer goofs and stuff, I guess, running around. I haven't seen none of it. I'm not even watching totally all of every bit of the news.
If you
for, like,
ignore
a
them,
week.
they mostly go away. If you
Kinda
don't, if you
do
don't,
now.
they still come at me.
Concentrate on
Look, the LARPers still come at me all the time, but I don't engage it. They send ridiculous emails and all kinds of, that still happens, but
Yeah.
I don't engage it, and you wouldn't even know it's happening because I don't give it any weight. The second you start
That was
talking
I
about
so-
them,
weird.
that's when
Any
you,
chat rooms other than this one.
right. Yeah, I mean,
That whole thing with that
That's
was
one
going
way.
on with those people in Washington, that was so weird.
Mhm.
What
What's
was it
happening?
again? Didn't you interview somebody around?
George
What was
Webb.
it again?
George Webb in Washington,
Yes.
D.C. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I interviewed George Webb.
man, that
because-
was some weird. Dude, that was weird shit, bro. What?
Well,
what
I thought he
what's
killed
up
his.
with all that?
I was under the impression that he may have killed his best friend. The woman's name was Jenny Moore. Jenny Moore was
Right.
was an
Yeah.
investigative
Yeah,
journalist.
I remember that story.
She was living
Right.
in D.C. in the same Roach Motel as George Webb, and suddenly she died one night in her sleep, and they all tried to say that the FBI killed her because she was ready to
Over some
expose
information.
Bill Clinton's pedophilia ring.
Yeah,
it smelled
yeah.
like bullshit. It just smelled like bullshit, and I suspected that one of them, something wasn't right about it. And it turns out she was fucking sickly and had beat marks and bruises, and maybe one of them did beat her up. I don't know. We never found out, but she didn't get whacked by the FBI. That's for sure. And and George Webb was. That's why I was there. I was trying to get him to get to see what he knew about it. He fucking hated me for that, man. He hated me, that motherfucker.
Yeah, that was wild.
But
wasn't he the guy that said he was reporting from the city of London, right? There's 3 capitals, right? The Roman Church, right?
Yeah.
DC, and then there's the city of London, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not London.
London is like its own entity, right? Separate from whatever.
The city of London, right? Yeah. The city of London, right?
I heard something like that.
The financial district.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I think we've been lied to our whole fucking lives, right?
Yeah.
Every war we've gone into has been a lie, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
History is made by the victors, not the losers, right? History would be great if it was only true.
You know what I
Who
found
knows?
out? Hey Jim, you know
right?
what I found out about that? I found out that when you live in a place that is very vet friendly, there's a lot of people sent their kids to war, a lot of kids went to war. That's not a popular thing to say, man. That wars, I got in trouble, figuratively a couple of times. Well, you're talking about previous wars, and you're making people aware that they were senseless, and the United States may not have been right at all, and their kid died in that. That's not a popular opinion. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that every war that America fights is just and caused.
Yeah, it's a hot button one, sure.
I have a respect for the guys that served our country, right?
Okay.
So when I find out they're a veteran, I always thank them, right?
Okay.
Thank you for your service, right? But your service wasn't necessarily, or necessary, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
On a false pretense, right?
Right. Right.
I don't know. I'm just, I'm sitting here trying to figure this all out, and I'm like, I can't figure it out. What
I believe is that we have a sign up. You sign up for the military. You sign up in this country for the military.
You have to. It's a requirement. When you turn 18,
people sign up for different reasons too.
But we have
a lot of people sign up if they can't afford to go to college. They'll sign up. Or to get some type of a career, or or it could be proud.
There's nothing wrong with
from your parents if you're whatever. There's all kinds of reasons.
The point I was trying to make is that don't sign up
Not
if you
everybody
don't want to go. We haven't had a draft since the 60s, so even if you're 18, and I think I was registered, I had to register at 18, right? But you never get called, I didn't get called, luckily, and now I'm too old, so I'll never, fuck that. But shit is, it's a sensitive subject, people, I found that out.
It's nothing like the brochure. I've talked to a lot of people.
No.
Yeah,
I've had to stop watching all that political shit on YouTube, right? Because I'm just like, it's just one big circle, right? It just goes round and round, right?
I quit all of that.
All up in every bit of the news. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I pretty much know what's going on. I check some things out, and I just trying to keep my mind somewhere else on myself. And
yeah, I quit the news a long time ago.
Personal.
Facebook. I still have Instagram, but other than that, I stay off of all that bullshit. No matter what it is, if it's Fox or CNN, they still repeat the same crap all day long. They're basically just trying to program people. They repeat themselves constantly. So that whatever their message is, they'll just say that same shit all day long. So those people, it's ridiculous.
Start to believe
It's blatant propaganda right now, like just going on in the United States over the fucking media.
For sure.
If you're in LA, all you hear about is the V on radio stations, commercials. The population, a lot of where I'm at here in like Culver City area, I'm close to Hollywood, Venice Beach, and stuff.
Right.
I'm like right in the middle. Culver City is ridiculous. Is like how people are. It's wild. It's like they're with the masks and all the bullshit.
Oh, that kind of
they
wild.
want it, so they're trying to bring it. They would love to bring that shit back, and I'm like, fuck,
I saw a lot of people
There's no
wearing
fucking way.
masks.
You know what I mean?
In Georgia, I
like to watch a lot of news yet, but I'm very, very selective about who I watch because I really like to stay up to date. But like, I cannot stomach too much, and then I have to know when to turn it off and like keep myself in a good spot mentally.
I watch a few things on YouTube, Breaking Point, but what I do is like I can choose whether I want to read, what I want to listen to the program or not. I'll read the headline, and just by reading the headline, I kind of get an idea. Hey, and I'm definitely not watching everyone, even with the ones that I do enjoy. So I watch like Breaking Points because I kind of feel like those two are pretty unbiased. That's kind of the only ones that I watch now.
I like
Breaking
Dark
Points.
Horse.
That's just the YouTube. This couple of
Crystal
people
Ball,
that have
right?
a program.
Isn't that Crystal Ball?
Yeah.
Crystal Ball.
It's Crystal and Stagger.
Oh, and Stagger. Yeah.
And Stagger, yeah. So I
That's
enjoy their program and their point of view on what's going on current events. But other than that, I can't really. I used to watch The Hill, but so now I just kind of touch in. I'll just browse and decide whether I want to, 'cause there's something going on right now with fucking either balloons or they're playing games with UFOs. Something happened with a train in Ohio.
Yes, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit.
Supposedly now I looked at a plume of smoke that's coming up that looks like a new kit, right? And from what I read, that this train was already on fire 20 miles outside of town, but there's nothing to be heard. There's nothing on the stations out here, like there's no breaking news.
How can they explain that it was caused by a broken axle on one of the cars, right?
There just seems to be a bunch of crazy shit right now going on with that. These balloons, something over one of the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And then they're shooting shit down,
I don't trust this balloon shit. I don't trust it. I think that it's not fucking China. It's not China.
Something's going on.
Yeah, but it's probably some bullshit little company that is, it's weather or it's some kind of surveillance. It's not espionage. They're not flying bombs over the fucking country. I just think it's
my friend makes those things.
It looks like a lot of hype.
Them lanterns, hot glue, bolts of wood, and plastic. He makes really good ones, man. It flips people out. They're always seeing UFOs. They're looking for whoever was doing it.
China doesn't need to do that.
Dark Horse podcasts with Heather and Weinstein, Dark Horse podcast.
Oh yeah.
What?
Those two are really good. Dark Horse podcast. They're both scientists. They were good all through COVID. It was really informative. It was really great. Richard Medhurst for world news and world politics. He's amazing. I really like him. The Gray Zone. I like to watch that with Aaron Mattei and Matt Taibbi.
The Gray Zone.
And then what's that? Katie Halper is pretty good too. I like her. I like Russell Brand. I like Jim Moore. I like Marcus. He's pretty good. No.
I just read the post. That's all I do. There's no big secret.
Read the post. That's the biggest piece of shit paper. It's not even worth putting on the fucking. What do they say?
I see. You may think I'm knowledgeable.
When you have a bird,
I don't know.
Right,
shit.
the bird cage.
I just get up. My secret is I get up before everybody else. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and by 9 o'clock I seem like I know everything. That's my secret. After when I shut that shit off at like 10 o'clock, I don't listen to the news. I see people talking about the news in the street, fucking fighting and all. I don't give a shit. It's not the morning yet. I don't listen. I turn it off. But when people ask me like something that maybe I said. Like I don't know what I'm talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. You know what I mean? Like stay away from it. You watch the news, you follow the stream, and then for me, I talk about it, and then I don't listen to it anymore until the next day. Right? And then the story's got to catch you. It's got to be like it's got to be like everybody's talking about it. Oh, I don't talk about it. I'll talk about Chinese balloons. Whatever. But don't the secret to news is don't take it personal. Don't get caught on the left or the right. That's the secret.
Right.
Just be like I don't fucking Trump.
Be yourself, right?
Just
or be like
yourself.
George Carlin, right? George Carlin's just like, hey,
observer.
Well, he had it all right, I think. Right? It's a big club, and you're not in it, right?
You ain't in it.
It's brilliant man.
It's true.
George Carlin.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Again, anybody who's watching would like to join us, I dropped a link in there. You could just click on the link, and it'll take you right into the Google Meet, and then you turn off your YouTube, and you are on the show.
I would hope a lot more people would join in, like Wayne did, right?
Let's see. Look, we're only
I'm surprised the guy from L.A.
Second week out here, man.
L.A. joined us, right?
It's just another city.
Right.
City of,
we're all over the place.
the name is tricky, though. The City of Angels, it's definitely not.
LA's amazing though. LA is like New York.
All of that.
LA is a fascinating, deep place. There's so much to it. Especially like in the '80s. When I was there in the '80s, the whole rock and roll thing. Yeah, it's a fascinating place.
Yes.
It was no, it's not as dense as New York, but it's as interesting and and mysterious.
We're spread out.
Yeah,
we're starting to build up though. We're starting to get some high rises. We're the streets are packed.
Yeah.
They say we have 20 million people in LA County, not LA. In the county.
It's a lot of people.
The county's big. It's a lot of people. Yeah, and so I grew up here.
With, the mayor and the homeless.
Garcetti, he's
how's that going? They had 6 months to do all of that stuff, and what happened with that?
What are you talking about?
The homeless, and the whole homeless situation.
Oh, the homeless?
Yeah, Skid Row used to be just 5th and Western down there. Now it's like all these streets. It's like everywhere. It's under the freeway.
We're pretty much, I don't know what you want to call it, overrun. Like, there's like 100,000 homeless population out here.
It's a lot of people.
Oh, that's a lot, dude. So some cities now, Venice Beach is better now. I grew up, I'm real close to Venice. I'm like 10 minutes away.
Nice.
And so like, I ride my bike through. I just grew up skateboarding there. I still skate even though I'm in my 50s too. I do.
So you're Venice.
You
you grew up on Venice Beach. You're Venice Beach.
I'm from all over those places, all them skate parks and all them old dudes.
I just ran the Redondo Beach 5K Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't mess with that.
So Redondo Beach 5K.
Nice.
But
what was your time, Wayne?
I do.
What was your time?
I do triathlons. I ran 9 minutes. 29:58.
Oh, no, not bad, not bad. You know, it's pretty good, man. What are you in your 50s, 40s?
Dude, I'm 51 years old, buddy.
50.
I'm
That's
trying.
good. That's good. That's good. 20,
Thank
29 is anything under 30 at that age is good. I did it. I did it recently. I think I ran 29 once, but I tend to go slower. I do 5Ks all the time. I love that distance. 3 miles.
Cool.
What is a 5K? That's like 3.5 miles?
3.1.
Marcus, check him out.
3.1.
Huh?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, nice.
What?
Nice.
So
All
I
right.
do.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
do
be-
triathlons.
Uh-huh.
I did the Spartan. I did 2 Pasadena triathlons.
Right.
I've done a Spartan race.
When you say triathlon, was it the full marathon and the how full?
Yeah.
Wow. So you did 26.2 mile run and a fucking
No, it was a half triathlon. So it was a half mile swim,
half mile.
17 mile bike, and a 4 mile run.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, that's a
okay.
lot. Hey, I'll show you a picture. I'm
How
gonna
does that work?
The ocean swim is killer, especially in Malibu.
I'll be back in
Just the
10 seconds.
waves up there.
I'm gonna grab some.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, yeah.
Just the waves.
You're going
and everything,
against the current.
yeah, it's gnarly surf up there for real. And so, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. So the Pasadena triathlons, you're swimming in the pool, in an Olympic pool, and it's way easier. But once you start doing it in the ocean, it's like a whole different fucking level.
My camera's not gonna pick this up, but let's see. I'm trying to.
Oh, Marcus, what
It
are you
can-
doing?
You could see it. You could see it on my other camera, but you can't see it here. Just 1 second. I'm going to show you a picture. It's show and tell, man. It's show and tell. Change
Nice.
the visual effect. Let me just.
Baby,
I got some other stuff to
you
show.
want to do some show and tell?
Oh, that's what I want to do. I wanted to
So-
show you the picture of me running. That's my marathon picture. You see it?
Oh wait,
Can you see it, Wayne?
He's ran. Marcus has ran a lot of these.
I'm coming back.
Hey, Wayne, you see this? That's my marathon picture.
I do.
There I am right there. 3 hours.
Dude, that's awesome.
3 hours, 44 minutes. That was 1986.
That's totally awesome.
1986.
No, excuse me, 1980.
Jesus God, I graduated high school in 1982.
1983, excuse me. I stand corrected. 1983. This shit was crazy, man. I gotta get a different background. I want Krishna. See how you can select all the backgrounds? Where am I now? I think I'm in I don't know where I am.
I don't know.
I don't know where I am.
Where are we? The
This is cool.
spaceship
What are
again?
you clicking on?
Yeah, that's cool.
I told you. I told you
That's
3
super
times.
cool, dude.
Go to the 3 little dots.
Might call ends in 10 minutes.
Call into 10 minutes. I could extend that, I guess.
Oh.
I hit the
I
button.
don't know. It says my call. I just got a thing came out and
Here's some
said
more
my
show and
call
tell.
ends in 3
They're
minutes.
gonna make you. Yeah, they're gonna make you pay. So 10 minutes, we're done.
So is that all legal, Wayne?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
I grew
God damn it,
43.
Wayne.
I filled 43 of these last year, my harvest.
Wow, nice. Good for
Yeah,
you,
dude. I trying to tell you I have a green thumb.
man. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm a full-on smoker still. I'm
Okay.
California sober. You know what I mean?
I thought you were sober. That doesn't qualify. I'm sober.
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm California sober.
Good.
So yeah, no.
Listen,
it
cannabis
helps
and
me.
marijuana.
It's the only
Talk about it. Very healing. Very healing. It has very
so healing. There's no
healing
way
properties.
that I would even have made it through. I was hardcore alcoholic.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I mean, like dying. The doctor thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I was trying to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I do. I know what
just
you mean.
one day I decided to not. And and yeah, but I just know there's no way that I would have made it without my marijuana in my life, dude.
Your medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I could see the possibility of abusing it, but for the most part, if it's meditative or it's just relaxing, you know, and not abused, it's very. It definitely has those qualities of healing, of almost mindful.
Yeah.
You know, it shows you just.
I know when I'm stressed out and I can't eat and I don't have an appetite, a little hit of reefer, you go to the fridge, you have a good time.
Right. What's up? What's up?
And
Wake
it
now.
makes
Wake now is
food
in the house.
really fun to be around.
It adds new meaning to food.
Yeah.
Also, breathing too. It opens up your breathing.
Yeah,
you know.
I do
Definitely.
that breathing.
I'm an
I
asthmatic.
just walk
And it totally expands my
around
chest
the house. I'm doing that whole breathing thing.
and helps you clear
I'll
out.
tell you what, your bones
It helps
and
you
stuff will
expedite.
start acting and stuff will start coming out of your lungs. and stuff.
One of my buddies was a state champion in cross country and he smoked weed. He never told anybody, but he smoked weed from the time he was like 15 till he was like, probably still today. But he was like one of the greatest athletes ever. It was nuts. And he didn't tell anybody. I found out he smoked weed because I ended up smoking with him one time. I was like, oh shit, you
I
smoke
usually
weed.
take like 200 milligrams of edibles before all my races that I go on.
200
And just getting-
milligrams.
That's
Fuck
a
yeah.
lot, right?
That's
And I just
quite
get
a
in
bit.
a zone.
Yeah,
I just get in a
that's
zone and
less
go.
than a quarter gram of just CBD.
That's a lot.
200
Yeah, it's a lot. I
milligrams.
got a weird tolerance to
There's
it.
people
No.
Okay.
1,000 milligram ones and up to 2,000. That's 2 grams.
Wayne,
No,
do you,
I take
Wayne,
milligrams.
200
can I ask-
milligrams. I get a 1,000 milligram box. They
Okay.
can each
Right.
gummy. It's a little
I
gummy.
know.
Is 100 milligrams. I usually eat a couple of those
Wow.
before a big race.
Now
And
I've tried
because
10.
my nerves are so shot too, it just helps me.
That's a
like, just
massive
get in the
dose of
zone.
Mellow
THC.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wayne, may I ask you when you run you get lit a little you run lit most of the time, right? When you run?
Yeah. All the time.
That's a good time to do it, you know, because you're really expanding. I don't know about 200 milligrams of fucking edibles, but definitely a puff or two will definitely get your brain going, and it feels good. It'll get you out of the.
If you're a newbie, I'd recommend Delta 9, maybe some a high grade CBD. But if you're a newbie, do not eat edibles. You'll be high for hours. Take a puff of weed. It maybe
Some people can't deal with it.
a couple hours, but
It
you
lasts
take an
a long time.
edible, you're going to be high for at least 5 hours, guarantee it, all the way up to 12, maybe 24, depending on how strong it is.
It hits everybody differently, and even lifelong smokers. I have a buddy like Rasta, hardcore, and this dude, he can't handle the edibles. People freaking out. They end up going to the emergency room, and I don't know what they could do there, but
I've taken so much edibles that I felt like I was dying before. You got to realize, you'd be like, oh yeah, I ate all the fucking weed brownie. I'm high as shit. I need to remind myself to breathe.
Right.
Here's
I had a girlfriend of mine that gave me just a chunk of like a Hershey bar, right? That was an edible, right? And it got me so goddamn high.
Yeah, they got this shit now. Jim,
I couldn't even stand.
In the dispensaries, they got these RSO tinctures. They're direct extract. They take like the they take the really good strands and they extract the good shit out of it and make a capsule. So it's a strand. It's the equivalent of smoking it, and yeah, it's 6 hours, 5 hours, still going.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
I turned mine with all my
G stuff.
all the good.
There you go, Vinny.
Ocean growth. There's some others. These are 300 milligram ones.
Yeah, I still live in an illegal state though. Pennsylvania, you can't grow.
Yes,
So-
I got.
Me too. Yep.
Then I got the
Illinois.
other stuff. Well, I showed you the Delta 8. I got that, and I got some other Gee, I forget what it's called. I think it's Delta 9, something like that. I don't know. Yeah,
Cool.
that works. Whatever,
That's awesome,
whatever,
dude.
man.
We didn't
Yeah.
get kicked off yet. How many more minutes we got? The timer.
Oh, we got to go?
No.
Well, in a few, I think it's going to boot us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll if it goes down, it's not me doing it. It seems to be like a timer. We might be up about an hour.
Cool.
Your call
Yeah,
ends in 3 minutes. One more time, you gotta pay.
Marcus, are you going to do any mudra stuff?
Mudra.
We'll do it.
You don't get into those. You don't like those.
Me? Are you talking to me, Weevil Girl?
Yeah. Are we going to get into mudras?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I believe in what that guy, what Thich Nhat Hanh says and the Rinpoche says about, the silent meditation. But the mudra and metta, compassion.
The mudra's silent.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Okay. I'll look into it. I don't know what it is.
But I learned a little bit about mudras.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just, I would like to see some of the big Buddhist. See, there's a lot of tension in the Buddhist communities. There's like.
Oh Jesus, God! He's smoking.
Wayne's an
Damn,
athlete.
Wayne.
He's doing it for all the states where it's not legal.
Yeah.
Not legal here in Iowa.
Yeah.
What's
Not
that?
here either.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
this
Not
is
legal in
CBD.
Georgia. It's in South Carolina. I said, what the fuck? So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got
man.
friends out there that I grow for them dispensaries in
Yeah.
Cali, man.
The dispensaries are flawless. Like even here in Pennsylvania, they're ready to go for recreational. It's just that I mean, but the selection is everything. The quality.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I kick the shit dispensary weed with my own homegrown. I advise anybody to get online and grab, if it's legal where you're at, grab some novelty quote unquote seeds that are really high potency and pop them suckers.
Yeah,
You'll grow
Wake now. If
weed
you could
in the dispensary if you know what you're doing. I guarantee it.
Wake now.
Auto
if you could-
flowering seeds are really good to get, and you can check the potency. You can, if it's legal in your state, you can probably get on like the Pacific Seed Bank out here, and some like 34% THC, really strong.
God,
some good stuff.
Heidi, you're killing me here.
I
Okay,
quit.
this
I
call's
quit.
about to end. The
I
call's
haven't-
about to end. Thank you,
I haven't
everybody.
bought from a dispensary for like 3 years now. No flour. I just get edibles now, or I
Right.
get
We're gonna
pods
end.
sometimes. Like when my dad comes to visit. My dad likes to come visit me from Colorado every so often.
Okay. I tried to warn everybody. I'm so sorry, man. We lost everybody, but thank you all for joining me. Maurice Conte reporting on, I forgot what we were talking about. We were talking about meditation a long time ago. But thank you, everybody, all the guests tonight. Vinny DiMartini, Wheel Girl, Jim Gerard in the house, Wayne. We got to meet Wayne, Wake now. And anybody else who ever wants to come on the program, you're welcome to do it. So keep it up, man.